yeah. And I got the big truck, yeah. Caught the Jazz 200 on the dash. I was just speaking big facts. I ain't even signed a deal yet. I ain't even missed a meal yet. I'm eating good cause I'm still fake.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video with Lace by J5. Today's video is all about WRAPSCON 2023, which took place in Long Beach, California. It's our second time attending WRAPSCON, which happens at the Graphics Pro Expo. Last year it was in Indianapolis. We had a good time there, and so we decided to try to make it a point to, attend WRAPSCON every year. So like I said, this year was in Long Beach, California. We had a good time. My first time going to Long Beach. I've never been there before. Had a lot of good stuff, booths set up from a bunch of different vendors, things related to the rap business in particular. And then also you have the rest of Graphics Pro Expo, which is all about graphics, the graphics industry in general. So everything from screen printing to embroidery and softwares that help you do those things, all of that good stuff was there. So on day one of WRAPSCON, we wanted to make sure we got there bright and early. At WRAPSCON, a part of what they do is they have these panels and classroom learning sessions, and we signed up for the designers panel so we can get in and kind of get some more insight from like the top 5 designers, or 5 of the top designers in the rap industry. I do a lot of rap design here, and I'm getting into that more and more, so that was something I wanted to make sure I didn't miss. So we went and checked out that panel first, got some good information from that. And then once the show floor opened up, we decided to go ahead and hit WRAPSCON first, because obviously that's why we're there, right? All right, guys, so we're here in Long Beach for WRAPSCON 2023, hosted at the Graphics Pro Expo. This is our second year coming here. We did go last year in Indianapolis, had a good time, so we're back to see, what 2023 has to offer. Like I said, we're at Long Beach. We're in Long Beach at the Long Beach Convention Center. We've already been to the designers panel this morning, which was really good. The way they described it, they had like the Mount Rushmore of rap design, on a panel answering questions and just giving more information about what they do and how they do it. So we're gonna catch a few more classes. We'll try to get you guys some footage of the show floor so you can kind of see what's going on there and see who's exhibiting. But stay along, it should be good. So we went and checked out all the booths, mainly from the distributors. One of the ones that stood out to us was KPMF and Orifal's booth. Those two companies are one and the same now, if you didn't know that. And KPMF actually had some new colors that they released, as well as they had some new colors from their Metro line. So Metro Restyling actually has their own line of KPMF films, and so I was excited to see KPMF come out with more colors. They're one of my favorite brands to use. I always try to convince people to pick KPMF colors here at the shop just because they look so good to me. And so I'm excited to see them come out with more and more colors to have more options, to lean on, for the customers. So Fellers also had a really nice booth set up there. They had instructors doing demos every day. The first day was from Justin Pate. If you don't know, Justin Pate is kind of recognized as the leading rap teacher, rap instructor in the world, and so it's always good to get some insight from him and see what he's got going on. He was showing some of his new tools, some of the new Rap Institute tools like the Rap Axe, which I actually have and haven't used a lot of yet, so it's cool to get to see him demonstrate it or demo it in person, in live action, and kind of see exactly how he's using it. Another highlight from the Fellers booth for me was they actually had a representative from DigiCut. The DigiCut is a template program for window tint and PPF. We don't do window tint here, but we do install PPF films, and we do use DigiCut software as of earlier this year. And so it was good to be able to talk to one of the developers from DigiCut, and so he could give me some insight on how to do a few things that I hadn't quite figured out in the software, and just to make that connection. So that was also really nice from the Fellers booth. So aside from the distributors that are there, one of the main focuses of WRAPSCON is the Rap Olympics. So the Rap Olympics is a competition where you're able to sign up, you and a partner, and you compete as a 2-man or 2-woman team, taking on various different rap challenges. And so it's pretty cool. You get to get your hands on a bunch of different materials and use them all in varying scenarios. So the main vehicles being wrapped this year were Tesla Model 3s, which everybody's pretty much familiar with if you're doing raps properly. Part of what the Rap Olympics consisted of was being able to wrap the 2 doors on one side with a printed graphic, and you had to register that on the fender and quarter panel to make the doors line up perfectly, as well as wrapping a rear bumper, wrapping the rear hatch in one piece using, I believe, Flexi Shield, which is a cosmetic PPF, a pretty tough film to use. Wrapping the mirrors, which I think they also use Flexi Shield for that. And that may have been it for the Tesla. And I think there were other challenges within the booth as well, such as wrapping a bowling ball in chrome vinyl. So they used some Hexas Super Chrome, and the object was to get as much coverage as cleanly as possible. And so just seeing how various different people tried to tackle that one was pretty interesting. Some people did really good. There also was a Hexus Body Fence mirror challenge. So you had to wrap a Camaro mirror in a Hexus Body Fence. There was a cube challenge where you wrapped a cube that had varying size, or all the sides had varying different textures. And so you had one piece of material, I believe that was from General Formulations, and you had to use that piece of material to wrap like diamond plate texture, concrete texture, brick wall texture, probably sheetrock texture. I'm not sure. It was a bunch of different textures all in that same cube. So that was pretty interesting. And as part of the Rap Olympics, they also have bonus events outside of the Rap Olympics booth where you go around to the various manufacturers and distributors such as Fellers and Orifal and companies like that, and they have smaller challenges set up within their booths that you can take part in too. So Orifal was showing off their new PVC free film, which is a vinyl free polyurethane based film, and so you had to wrap a hood with that. Someone else was doing a blindfolded hood wrap challenge, so that was interesting to see people try that out. Fellers had just a normal hood wrap, and there were some others around too. I think a PPF hood and things like that. And so the other big thing from WRAPSCON or Graphics Pro Expo in general is seeing the equipment that's there. Distributors of equipment bring out machines, printers and embroidery machines and things like that, so they can show you live action, what these machines can do. One of the ones that stood out to me was the Numaki flatbed printers. These printers are able to print on various different objects and textures. I mean, it's pretty cool to see. It can print on almost anything. I saw a tennis shoe, I think, that was printed on. I saw some bottle openers, leather goods, vinyl squeegees, all kinds of stuff. And it's really good for, either branding or marketing purposes. If you have a product that you're selling and you want a good way to get your brand on it, you can print directly onto it with the UV printer in some cases. Or if you're just a business who wants to give out things like ink pens and bottle openers or whatever, you can print your business logos on these things. So that kind of stood out to me as something that was interesting. Maybe not right now, but maybe in the future, I might be interested in getting into the UV flatbed game. Before I bought my printer here this year, I was actually considering buying a UV printer, roll to roll, not flatbed, to print wraps. But the UV technology for wraps is not quite there. It's not quite comparable to the latex and the eco-solvent world right now. So one of the nice things of WRAPSCON is you run into the who's who in the wraps industry, and it's pretty good to meet your peers, talk to them, get to know people. It's always great to make new relationships. You never know when they might need you or you might need them in the future. And so one of the highlights this year was definitely getting to, kind of hang out and mix and mingle with some of the other rappers in the industry. And people come from all over the country to this event, and so that was very cool. They throw, mixers and parties to encourage the networking and things like that, and we make sure we attended a few of those. We actually got invited out onto a cruise into Long Beach ports and their harbor. That was pretty cool. And overall, we just had a good time, just hanging out with some of our rap friends. So in closing, the point is to get out there, be familiar with your industry, get to know the who's who, get to know the manufacturers, the distributors, everything, engulf yourself in this industry, especially if you're in the rap industry. Soak up as much as you can. One of the best ways to do that is by getting out and going to these events. So WRAPSCON is a pretty big one, but there are various shows throughout the year that you can attend, just to kind of keep your knowledge up to date when it comes to what's available and what's going on in the industry. So we always encourage that. We try to do that here. And so if you like this video, you want to hear more, or you want to see more content like this, you want us to attend more of these shows, there's actually another show coming up here in Atlanta in October, Printing United, and so we haven't been to that one. We plan on going to that one. But if you want to see more content like this, then leave us a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and let us know. Until next time, Slates by J5, signing out.